duo a success story whose main character used to be a loser before, but now an outstanding performer, writer, and also a visual artist. Today she's here not only going to tell us her life story, but also introducing one of her books. Let's welcome Patty Smith! Yay!
Hello everyone, my name is Patty and I am now 70 years old but still has a heart full of passion and energy to tell my story. This autobiography is not only just a literal creation of mine but also contains the most important period of life in mine, and which was full of struggle and conflict and doubts about the future and my dream.
I see, but it might sound kind of complicated to those who haven't read your book yet. So, do you want to give a brief summary to the book to give everyone a general idea?
Of course. So, just like I've mentioned, this story contains the most important time of my life, and I was a country girl, but I got into trouble because of teen pregnancy. However, it also gave me the chance to have the courage and have the opportunity to finally release all the burden and chase after my dreams. And my first stop was the New York City, a place full of artistic atmosphere. And nobody expected me, everything awaited me.
I've read your book before, but I knew that you didn't have a very good time before because you're quite poor then and you're even out of employment. So can you tell me what makes you motivated all the time?
Passion. The passion that always held for art.
But I know that you're kind of uncertain at first about art. So here's a quote I really like in the book. That is, oh my god. Okay, so you're not so certain about art. Can you tell me what you feel about art? How do you see this thing?
So briefly speaking, I feel a sense of physical identification.
Here's a quote I really like. That is, "I've craved honesty, yet found this honesty in myself. Why commit art? For self-realization or for itself?" So what do you think about this sentence?
I feel like it conveys the doubt that I have for art. And I think there's something you want to ask about me about Robert.
Of course, because you've talked a lot, but everyone is still very interested about the relationship between you and Robert.
Of course I want to talk about him, but do you know that he is a gay?
Any kind of story involves love are all welcome here, because I know where we have some readers have this kind of experience before.
Okay, then I want to talk about him. The relationship between me and Robert is not just a simple love. Striking the balance between keeping our livings and chasing our dreams makes our relationship much harder than other couples.
It seems like you two had your own thoughts about self-growth. But just like I've read your book before, and I know that you two had different opinion about self-growth, right?
Yes, and I think the biggest difference is the progressively transformation for both of us.
I think that you two can keep moving to become yourself. So actually, it's not a very sad story for me. Even though you two went on different way.
That's true, because we all see our own values in each other's eyes, and though we have went through a lot of difficulties, I would say that it's not a sad story because it's kind of meant to be that no matter how hard we try to keep each other on the same path, we can't really reach the same destination because that's what life's all about.
And this also reminds me one of the sentence I've read in a book. That is, we can only grow to become our own selves. And I really like the story you told us today, and I think everyone down there has learned a lot from today's talk. So I really want to thank you to come here and let me interview you.
Yes, and I really have the honor to it's my honor to talk to you all. And also I would like to remind all teens that you should never give up on what you deeply love, no matter how harshly life treated you.
Let's thank Patty again with our applause. Thank you.
Okay, let's thank them for their talk, and if you're ready, you pass the feedback.